Good morning students, welcome to your 12th standard commerce. In this video, we are going to discuss Unit 10, Company Law and Secretarial Practice, Chapter 26, Companies Act 2013. Let's continue the second part. So last class we discussed what is the meaning of company, evaluation of history of company, then what are the some important changes, basic changes in the new Companies Act 2013, then meaning and definition of company we discussed. So today we are going to discuss body corporate. What is meant by body corporate? What is the meaning of formation, incorporation of company? Then what is share? What is meant by share capital? So we will see one by one. So body corporate. So company is a body corporation. So why it is called a body corporate? So body corporate means association of many person, like a group they formed to run a business. So it is formed like a corporate entity. So that is why body corporate. So body corporate means a corporate entity which has a legal existence. So a corporate has a legal existence. Why it is say the legal existence? Because it is registered under the Companies Act 2013. So according to the section 2 subsection 11, body corporate or corporation includes a private company or public company or one personal company, small company, limited liability partnerships, foreign company incorporated outside India, but does not include a corporate cooperative society registered under any law relating to cooperative societies and any other body corporate not being a companies as defined in this act. So a corporate has a legal existence. So because it is registered under the Companies Act 2013. So it registered with the register of the company. So that's why it is called as a body corporate. According to section 211 book, according to section subsection 11, a body corporate or corporation includes whatever includes private company, public company, one personal company, small company, limited liability partnership, foreign company incorporated outside India. Whatever I said, they comes under the body corporate, and which is not be include. First one, a cooperative society registered under any law relating to the cooperative societies, and second one, any other body corporate. Okay, so which will not define as the Companies Act. Next point, formation or incorporation of company. So section 3 subsection 1 of the act states that a company may be formed for any lawful purpose. So how it is the company formed? How it is the formed a company? So according section 3(1) subsection 1 say about company formed. So for what purpose? The lawful purpose they formed a company. So first one, 7 or more person where the company to be formed is to be a public company. So that means 7 or more person in a public company join together to form a company for a business organization. It is called a public company. Then second one, 2 or more person where the company to be formed is to be private company. So 2 or more person join together start a company means it is called a private company. The next one, 1 person where the company to be formed is to be one person company, that is to say a private company, by subscribing their names on or his name to a memorandum and complying with the requirements of this act in respect of registration. So only one person, see it is started by a one person means it is called a one person company. The new concept is added in the 2000. So one person company is newly introduced in the Companies Act 2013. So previous act 1956 have only 2 companies, private company and public company, you all know that. So the one person companies owner's his name is mentioned in the memorandum of association. Whatever required to start a company, a single with respect to the registration. So whatever defined according to that act to be fulfilled by the one person company. So the process of formation of company consists of different stages, which starts when a person envisages an idea to form a company, and ends when a company gets a certificate from the register of the companies after the complying with the various provisions relating to the formation of a company. So formation of company has been divided into 4 stages. Okay, so there are 4 stages to start the company. So first one, promotion. Okay, first one, promotions. So that means from the creating of the company until the registrations formalities, after that only the company try to start the business. So we have the different 4 stages. This period is divided into promotion, registration, capital subscription, and commencement of business. So promotion. So what is meant by promotion? So promotion means promoting a company. So who is promoting a company? Promoter. So who is called a promoter? So who get idea to start a company, that person is called a promoter. So promoter may be a single person or more person. So according to that type of company. So that is called a promotion. Second point, registration. So what is registration? In this second stage of formation of company, so after the getting idea, what is to be done to the register of the company? So the first stage is promotion, second stage is registration. So the 2 stages is enough to start a private company. To the 2 stages to start their private company, enough to start a private company. So promotion stage, registration stage completed, they can start a private company. Understand, students? So next stage is capital subscription. So next 2 stages we are separating. So capital subscription and the commencement of business. After completing the 2 stages also only the public company can start. So power to operate the business, power to function the business, till that they have to wait. So first 2 stages means first 2 stages finished, completed, the private company can start. But the public company have to finish the 4 stages. Okay, understand, students? So what is meant by capital subscription? So what is share capital? So they start a company. What is share capital? Amount they are offering to the general public from the public. How to offer the shares to the public? They are mentioned in the capital in the subscription. So what are the subscription received after the allotment? That is called a capital subscriptions. So commencement of business. What is meant by commencement of business? So that is the next stage. Commencement of business, it is a certificate. After getting a certificate only the public company can start the business. Okay, so after the 4 stages, the first 2 stages, promotion and registration, are necessary for both public and private companies. A private company can start operating its business immediately after the registration, but a public company has to pass through the 2 more stages, capital subscription and commencement of business. So a public company can raise funds from the public by issuing the shares. After following all the legal provisions of public issue which are specified in the Companies Act, a public company can start operating of its business. So this is the formation of companies. You all understand the formation of company. The next topic we are going to discuss share and share capital. Share and share capital. Capital means you all know that money. So whatever money are invested in the business is called a capital. So the term capital is viewed by a layman as the money which a business person invests in the business, and in the case of company raise the capital by issue of shares. So the company form of organization, if want to raise the capital, they issue the shares to the general public. So they issue the shares to the public and collect all the shares money together is called a share capital. So they uses his money to meet his requirements by way of acquiring business premises and stock in trade, so which are called the fixed capital and the circulating capital respectively. So whatever requirements, okay, whatever requirements of the business, they meet the capital whatever collected in the form of shares. So fixed capital means business, fixed capital means business premises is called a fixed capital. Circulating capital means working capital. So whatever requirements they want to meet for the running the business is called a working capital. The phrase loan or borrowed capital is sometimes used to mean money borrowed by the company and is secured by issuing the debentures. So this, however, is not proper use of the word capital. So they borrowed money from the outsiders. That the time they will issue the debentures. That time they issue the debentures. That time they will issue the debentures. It is not a capital at all. So it is a loan or debenture. So from the outsiders, the company get money as a loan in the form of debenture. So in case of company limited issue by shares, the word capital means the share capital, that is the capital in the terms of rupees divided into specified number of shares, each having the fixed rupee value. Okay, so once again, the debentures means it's a loan. The deposit is the debenture holders are called the creditors of the company, but shares is different from the debentures. So shares is investment collected by the public, that is called the shares, but the shareholders owners of the company, but the debentures money borrowed from the outsiders, so it is called a loan. So it comes under the creditorship. Okay, so number of shares have fixed rupee value. For example, share capital of company is rupees 10 lakh, whichever can be divided into 10,000 shares of rupees 100 each, or 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, whichever is reasonable to the company. The next we are going to discuss what is meant by share. So the term share is viewed by a layman as a fraction or portion of total of the company which have a equal denomination. So in simple, the total capital of the company is shared by many persons and each share is having a equal value. So share, how it is viewed by our layman, total capital of the company divided by number of shares means you will get the one share value or total capital. So divided by each shares. So this way only the proportion is find out. So many person investing and each share having the each value. So according to the shares defines section 2 subsection 84 of the Companies Act 2013, share means share in the share capital of the company and includes stock except where a distinction between stock and share is expressed or implied. Understand? So many person investing and each share having the each value. So according to the shares defines, share means share capital of the company and includes a stock except where a distinction between stock and share is expressed implied. This is called a share.